This is take 3 or 4. I don't know why I do this. It feels like masturbation, but without the climax. I masturbated to climax 3 times last night with my vibrator. Sex magic. You don't have to have a partner to do sex magic. Surprise, surprise. There is one reason and only one reason why they burned witches in Europe and why they drowned and hanged witches in America. And that reason is envy. Shit is getting real because I purchased a cauldron for my altar. The main reason I purchased a cauldron for my altar is because I want to burn joss notes on the date of my maternal grandfather's death, the anniversary of his death date, and the anniversary of his birthday in December. You can Google joss notes. People say, oh, today is Marilyn Monroe's birthday, or today is Jim Morrison's birthday, or today is Bob Dylan's birthday. Well, today is not Bob Dylan's birthday. His birthday is in May. He's still alive. I can't believe he's still alive, but he is. I'm speaking such blasphemy. I don't know why. Well, Bob Dylan is not holy to me, but I do appreciate a few of his songs, and I do love Blood on the Tracks. But when you're dead, you don't get any birthdays. That's how I see it. So it's the anniversary of someone's birthday. My birthday is February 17th. I will be 45 years old, and some people say, you don't age. You look like a teenager. I still get zits, and that's because I'm a witch. Witches don't age. And I'm only being half serious. But envy, yes, it's a motherfucker. I was up all last night reading Peter J. Carroll's Liber Null and Psychonaut, and it is the best fucking book, bar none, that I've ever read on magic, and it's specifically on chaos magic, and there's so much good stuff. I will share a few passages. Oh, this is great. Oh my god. Fucking A1 sauce, hoss. Bioaestheticism, the body. There is a thing more trustworthy than all the sages, and which contains more wisdom than a great library, your own body. It asks only for food, warmth, sex, and transcendence. Transcendence, the urge to become one with something greater, is variously satisfied in love, humanitarian works, or in the artistic, scientific, or magical quest of truth. To satisfy these simple needs is liberation indeed. Power, authority, excessive wealth, and greed for sensory experience are aberrations of these things. That's interesting. So, yeah, I masturbate on a regular basis. I've got a vibrator and I've got AA batteries. And that's how I maintain some semblance of sanity, because I am living a hermetic existence. If I leave the house, it's usually to go somewhere with my son and my ex-husband. We did go as a family to see Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which was fucking excellent. So, I first saw that film when I was 4 years old at the drive-in movies in Seymour, Texas. So, I was really hung up on the Latino plumber. I still am, as a matter of fact. Not proud of that. I wish this were not the case, but I'm still hung up on the motherfucker. So when we broke up a couple of years ago, I went crazy. I mean, right away I hit the ground running. We had only been broken up for 2 weeks, and I was on Match.com, and I was at eHarmony, and that was hundreds of dollars. It cost $100 to join Match and eHarmony. And I was at Craigslist. And later on, I was at Tinder. I didn't ever meet anyone from Tinder. That was very brief. My profile picture was of a C-3PO action figure. And I talked briefly to a guy whose profile picture was a Darth Vader action figure. Anyway, OkCupid I was out in the wild. I was going to bars and I was trying to replace the ex, which of course can't be done. And I have 3 exes from last year. And the only ex that I'm still hung up on is the one that I was going to marry last December. I was going to convert to Catholicism. I was going to convert to Catholicism for him. And he is the one who inspired Walking the Earth, countless stories, countless poems, blah, yada, blah. I've been studying magic for years, but I mean very intensively. Lately, I've been reading various books on chaos magic, and I've been saying, I want a dream. I want some kind of dream. I need a dream. And so I was up all last night reading, and then slept all day, got up about an hour ago. Still in bed. I have toothpaste dots on my zits. I dreamed a very vivid dream of the ex who inspired Walking the Earth. He lived in a townhouse suddenly. I walked in, the door wasn't locked, and it was a very nice, neat, well-furnished townhouse. And we spoke, but I don't remember what we said. It was pleasant, but we weren't going to have sex, so that sucked. And I left, and then I came back because I was greedy. I wanted more, and I found a piece of black plus-size lingerie on the stairs, and I thought, well, he was always telling me I needed to lose weight, lose my stomach, go to Planet Fitness, and if he ever won Powerball, he'd buy me silicone tits, but I needed to lose my stomach and be like a Hooters waitress. I needed to look good in a bikini and all that shit. And now here he is fucking some plus-size chick. I'm body positive, okay? I'm a size 12, so I'm not plus size, but whatever. I don't care if anyone is plus size, but this is a dream, and in the dream, I was gloating. I was glad that he was fucking someone who was larger than me. And so then this plus-size Latina starts walking down the stairs. Who is she? Oh, I'm his sister. So I forget how it went. She was giving me shit, trash talking me because I was in her home, and unannounced and uninvited, a woman who had fucked her man off and on for about 3 years. So she was, a little bit perturbed, and he had a knife. He had a butcher knife. He came with a butcher knife, but I knew he wasn't going to use it, so I wasn't scared. But I was feeling I was in intense self-loathing white trash mode. Thought, why can't I get over him? He never brought me to orgasm. He treated me like shit. So why am I still stuck on him? And now I'm invading the home he shares with this Latina he loves. And they obviously have a good sex life because there's lingerie on the stairs, so they're going at it. There was a dog in there. There was a little dog. And I kept leaving and then coming back because I couldn't find my truck. And the last time that I came back to the townhouse, my ex was showing me all of their bills. And he made a point of letting me know that he had canceled his Planet Fitness membership. And he was working out at her gym now. And I said, oh, so I assume this means you're going to get married. Yeah, we aren't about divorce. And then I alluded to his ex-wife, the only wife he's ever had. I said, oh, I guess she doesn't count. No, she doesn't count. And then I left. And I woke up bothered by it because, I'm still hung up on him, and I don't want to be. I have no doubt in my mind that if I had married him, it would have been disastrous because we hit a few high notes, I guess. Well, he obviously had an effect on me. I wrote a book about him, and I'm still pining for him, and I still write about him and stuff. But when I say high notes, I mean when you're really in love with someone, and they're in love with you, and it's not just the sex. You can hang out with the person and not want to punch them in the face or spit on them or whatever. You know, there's a minimum of anger, if anger exists at all. There's harmony. There's a mutual exchange of energy. When I was dating my son's father, the man who became my second husband, I was married when we hooked up. I was married to my first husband. And all I can say is that the first 3 months we were together in 2004, there was a plethora of high notes. He was into me, I was into him. The sex was good consistently, and beyond the sex, there was passion, there was shared emotion. We cried together. It wasn't dry, it wasn't just skin on skin. And that's the main reason why I'm living a hermetic existence. I mean, I'm focused on being a mother finally to my son who turns 10 in November. I'm focused on being a mother to him. So it's no sacrifice for me to live a hermetic existence and to not go out to the bars, to not sing karaoke, to not drink. I drink very minimally. I never go out and buy anything. And that's not a virtue. It's just my truth. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I'm fucking boring. But it is a temptation for me, a very real temptation to go to Craigslist or OkCupid or whatever, or to contact the ex. I did like a couple of his pictures at Facebook when I was Facebook stalking him, and then I took my Facebook down. So there's always that temptation for me because I'm a very sexual person, and sex, love, romance, the erotic, that stuff that has ruled me since I was a kid. I mean, I've been falling in love and crushing on guys and men since I was a baby. I mean, I can vividly remember crushes and infatuations I had when I was 2 and 3 years old. It's crazy. So that is a real temptation, but it's not a sacrifice not going there, because the stuff that I found in San Antonio, the entanglements, the booty calls, the one-night stands, the fuck buddies with benefits, all that shit, none of that has registered with me as being something that makes me a better person or makes me really fucking glad to be alive. So it's not a sacrifice living this hermetic existence and not even going there and just focusing on being here with my son. But I do have my moments, and I'm trying to put all that energy into studying, applying, improving myself finally. I feel like there's so much work to be done with me, so much deep, deep interior work, stuff that should have been solved years ago on some therapist couch. And I don't have a therapist. I don't have a psychologist. I don't have a psychiatrist. I don't have meds. I have my supplements, and I have my Planet Fitness membership, which I've not used in about 2 months, and I rarely leave the house. I have my candles. I have my little cauldron. I have my little plastic dinosaurs. I have my camera. I have my phone. So, yeah, I'm trying to nip things in the bud finally and stop crying about things that were done to me when I was fucking 3 years old and move the fuck on already. And so I'm doing shadow work, and I own all the negative shit that is me. I own my envy, my anger, my feelings of self-loathing, my limitations. I'm owning all that because I want to really move beyond it. So I'm doing magical work and I'm doing psychological work, and I couldn't be working much harder than what I'm working right now. And I'm half-ass applying for work from home jobs, but none of those are right for me. That the freelance jobs that I find at ProBlogger and the work from home jobs that I find at Rat Race Rebellion, I don't really want to do customer service for 8 hours a day, even at home, even if I can take breaks and masturbate and drink a coffee smoothie or what the fuck ever. I don't want to deal with people and their complaints about a phone bill or travel arrangements or what the fuck ever. I don't give a shit. I don't care about people in that sense. I don't care about random strangers. Perhaps I should. You know, when I talk to CSRs, I'm usually pretty terse with them. I just want to get the problem solved and get it over with. I don't want to say, well, how's the weather where you are? And oh yeah, it's great here. We were going to have a hurricane, but it passed us by and went to Houston, so I'm real grateful for that. I don't like small talk. I don't like customer service. I don't like receiving it. I don't like giving it. Most of the time it's a miserable experience. All I want to do is my creative stuff. I want to do my art. I want to do my writing and get paid for it. And that's the holy fucking grail. And I'm aware of that. There are people who get thousands of dollars in grants and fellowships and residencies, and people go to, what is it, AWP? I'd rather go to AVN, but they go to these writers' conferences and they pitch and they network and they suck dick and they do it the honest way, which means they just write their asses off and they audition and they jump through hoops of fire. I've been published in Gargoyle a few times. I've been nominated for the Push Cart. I don't feel like I've really achieved much with my writing. So, still trying. I'm still trying to get Sangre going. It's probably going to be a novella. It was going to be a novel, but no, I'm feeling like it's going to be a novella. I'm doing cut-up, experimental, pastiche, mashup stuff at KDP, Amazon, Kindle as Ham Lexington. I've got a blog as Ham Lexington. I've got a blog as myself, yourauthorized.com. I've got this YouTube channel. I'm putting creative stuff out there. I'm not a slave to the American work ethic. The idea that you go to one company, you stick with it, you get benefits, you die. I've seen people in my life, all my life, I've seen that working class, puritanical, hypocritical bullshit. You stick with one job and you take care of the people you love and you die. And it's noble. And I feel small in comparison to my mom who just retired recently. You know, she worked since she was a teenager. And she worked for the state of Texas for years for CPS, and she hated it, and she did it because she had to have the benefits. She has lupus and diabetes, and because she wants to make sure the people in her life have their needs met. And so I struggle with guilt and self-loathing because the longest I ever held down a job was 1 year at Victoria's Secret Direct, the Victoria's Secret call center in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And I stayed as long as I did because I liked the benefits. I got a discount at Bath and Body Works in Victoria's Secret. That was really fucking cool. And I felt like they were going to fire me because I was not hitting my sales quota, so I just quit. I didn't know about unemployment in 2003. I'm a very late bloomer and slow learner. I finally got on unemployment, but I was only on it for 1 week from a child care job. I was an assistant teacher in a Montessori school in Albuquerque. I was on unemployment for 1 week and then I got another job. So I've been a security guard and I've been a CSR, and last year I got paid to go through the training for various call centers, but I never actually went out on the floor and took calls. I did for QVC for 2 nights and I said, oh, fuck this shit in the ass, and I left. So there are people who work honest jobs like that their entire lives. There are people who are RNs. There are people who work in retail. There are teachers. And I'm just saying right now, I feel fucked, but I also feel lucky that I'm able to live in this guest bedroom and be here for my son, and I'm able to eat good food, and I'm able to go see Close Encounters of the Third Kind and eat buttery popcorn, and then go to Steak and Shake and eat a Steak and Shake burger. Their fries are terrible, but I love the hamburger at Steak and Shake. Last night I made black bean burgers from scratch for my son and my ex-husband. They loved them. I don't like black bean burgers, but they liked them, and that was successful. That was a triumph, a major triumph. I have blockage, and that's why I go to PayPal and it's 0, and that's why I literally cannot give my art away. I go to fucking HEB. That's the grocery store in San Antonio that I go to because I fucking hate Walmart. I go there when it's necessary evil sometimes, but usually I go to HEB. And this has happened 3 or 4 times. I'll put my paintings in the cart and leave it at the fucking cart corral because I've got a trunk bulging with paintings. I've gone to flea markets and I've tried to sell my paintings and my books. And I feel like there's blockage. I feel like I'm clouded with negativity, and because I am a misanthrope and I don't like most people, I don't do small talk, that is a hindrance, I suppose. people who are able to hustle and make it on the hustle alone, just selling their creative stuff, their art, their books, they have to have some kind of love for people. And I have some kind of love for some people, but it's pretty specific. And I don't know. Maybe that's why I can't give stuff away, because people fear me, or they sense that I don't like them, or I'm judgmental. But not according to that test. I am INTP, not an INTJ. I'm an INTP. But I'm not likable. I don't like cats. You know, too many things bug me. I go to Twitter and I'm bugged. I go to Instagram, I'm bugged. I blocked someone for posting homecoming pictures. I don't want to see that shit. So I'm impossible. Yeah, but trying to get my stuff out there, and I'm Kilgore Trout. Anyone who's interested can buy my books. Buy my books. Read them. Review them. Buy my art. Subscribe to my channel. Give me the thumbs up. Donate to my PayPal account. I've heard this from numerous people. I read it in numerous books. You put money out there, you give money away, it'll come back tenfold. I've been doing that shit for years. Last year, I gave a homeless guy a $20 bill because he was wearing a Painter Bob t-shirt. Maybe he used the $20 for a bottle of beer or some whiskey or some crack, some meth. I don't know. I don't care. I was feeling really good that day because I just gotten laid. I was happy. The sky was blue. There were white clouds. And I had hundreds of dollars in my checking account. So I gave the guy a $20 bill. And I have been compensated a little bit, but not enough. Okay. Muchas gracias, babies. Hasta luego.